In the past, many people used to grow trees in their homes. Okay. Today, what I think that the right authorities, maybe the Ministry of Works and Housing, should also put that as one of the measures in homes. That when you put up a house, there must be a tree in that house. Okay. Because many people build today and they tile the whole compound, or they do pavement block all over without a single tree. And especially in places where they even tile the whole compound, when it rains, it means that water does not permeate into the soil over there. It rather has to go through the drainage and go to somewhere else. The President Mahama, on the 21st of March, in Nkawie in Ashanti region, launched the Green Ghana initiative and decided that he was declaring the month of June for us to plant trees. Okay. So from the 5th of June to the end of the month is a tree planting month. So we need to do that. So if you walk to any Forestry Commission district office or regional office or even the head office, you can request for seedlings and you will be given. As of yesterday, I think we've distributed over 30,000 seedlings.
You're seeing some interest?
Yes, we're seeing a lot of interest. Over 30,000. Before the close of the day, we had just a moment to get the figures right. We had over 29,532. That was in the afternoon of yesterday. Okay. So I'm so sure that by close of day, we had crossed 30,000 seedlings and at the time. Okay. And I am so convinced that many people are very concerned about this initiative. That is why it is important to talk about the goodwill. Okay. Because the President Mahama has gotten the goodwill of the people. Whatever he says, they believe he is taking Ghana in the right direction and therefore will do so. And don't forget, don't underrate the relevance of over 56% of Ghanaians. Okay. Even if 56% of Ghanaians decide to plant a tree each, that is a lot, and that is more than enough for us to do. But it is an initiative that we expect the entire Ghana or corporate Ghana to welcome. Schools, senior high schools, tertiary schools, junior high schools can all come on board when they are in school. They look, we want to set this day aside. The other major concern is about nurturing these seedlings to grow. So we're trying to make sure we also put in measures. There could be incentives, there could be other approaches to make sure. And so I recall some people who came to my office, 2 different groups, who have also preferred some other solutions we are looking at. And these all will culminate into ensuring that we plant these trees, nurture them to grow, and make Ghana green, to make not only President Mahama proud, but to make ourselves Ghanaians very proud that we took on this challenge and we did it together.
So what role am I supposed to play? Not that so first, okay, I'm a radio presenter.
No, don't say it. I'll tell you.
So let's put it into 2 brackets.
Yes.
First, as an individual,
yes.
What am I supposed to do within this concept of Tree for Life?
So as an individual, you can first walk to any district or regional office and request for seedlings to go and plant, number 1. Number 2, you can put your peers together and decide that, because you have a voice, you're an influencer, I am sure you are aware, I don't need telling you. And so you can decide that tomorrow morning, when I come on air, I'm going to begin advocacy on tree planting. And therefore, I'm going to start announcing that Senna plants trees in, please, where's your hometown? Sogakope, Vagie. So you can decide that you want to plant some trees by the street of Sogakope or by a certain enclave. You can even meet the district officers at forestry. They may either demarcate or let you know of certain places where you can engage in that exercise. You and your peers, if I am free, I'll be glad to join you as well. And we go out there to plant trees. And then we now see who we assign to make sure that they monitor to make sure they nurture these trees to grow.
So that's an important part of what you're doing, the nurturing.
Yes, it is the reason why we have nationwide recruited volunteers to embark on that exercise.
You have recruited volunteers that are supposed to be responsible for that?
Yes.
So nationwide, once I grow the tree, there are people who are available to help with.
There are people, but we will always recommend that more. They always used to say the fewer the merrier, right? But I think at this time the opposite is the case. The more people that want to engage in the exercise of always ensuring the trees grow, etc., that's fine. For instance, a company who reached out to us gave us a certain technology where there's a bowl, and that bowl contains water. And if you plant, you can put it on the plant, and the plant comes out of it. But it is still protected. And that water contained in that bowl can water the plant for a year before you now remove it, and it is reusable for 10 years. So we are looking at all these options and to see how we can deploy them in order to make sure there's sustainable growth for these trees. Because mind you, in the past, we have always heard that, our target is 10 million trees, and we have actually exceeded that and grown planted 12 million. Our target is 12 million. We have actually exceeded to grow 15. But you go around to check, and it's not even up to 5 million trees that have survived. So there's a need for us to make sure that this initiative is embraced well. That is why we want the Ghanaian to own it. When the Ghanaian out there in the villages, in the communities, the towns, cities, etc., owns it, it means somebody wouldn't mind at all, even getting up to just pick a bucket and say, you know what, I'm watering these tree plants in front of my gate, or this one's over there, and I'm walking to do that every morning and every afternoon or every evening. And that is a responsibility I'm putting on myself as a Ghanaian. It is the more reason why we need to relook at one other good side of Osajifo, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, when he introduced the Young Patriots. I mean, patriotism is very key in citizenship. And so we need to revamp that or rekindle that in us as people. And I'm sure that will go a long way to help most of us.
Because that's interesting. And I'm wondering if those, for example, the government you inherited did a tree planting exercise. Millions of dollars were involved. So are these all initiatives that are supposed to be carried out by the Forestry Commission? What role does the Forestry Commission play? Is there monitoring to see?
Yeah, there is. And that is why the Forestry Commission is playing a lead role, but calling on corporate Ghana to be so highly involved, so that the burden is not left on Forestry Commission alone to be the sole supervisor and monitor of how things are going. Because if we come to plant some trees around your enclave here, from Radio Gold to Sukura or to how do you call? I'm forgetting the names of the places. The main traffic light at Total there. If we plant them, if Radio Gold decides that they want to take up the responsibility of making sure that these trees are carefully taken care of and nurtured well to grow, there are times you keep doing that. But whilst you are in the studio here, there are some stray cattle or goats somewhere just by the road and causing damage to that plant. But if everybody feels responsibility over owning the program, you don't need to be told. Somebody there will quickly make sure that that does not happen, and they will drive them away from that. So it is a clarion call on all of Ghanaians, those watching, listening, who can also add their voice to reach out to other people and say, be responsible for it, see it as an initiative that the Mahama you voted for is asking you to also do this. Because mind you, the Forestry Commission is also, you can call it an arm of President Mahama, because everything every agency does is to execute the vision and mission of His Excellency the President. And so that is exactly what we are all doing. So embrace his vision, let us all grow together.
Well, are you still Deputy National Organizer?
I am still the Deputy National Organizer, unless you have heard otherwise, which I will doubt.
Well, I'm wondering, because when you go into an election, you mobilize.
Yes.
For victory.
Yes.
You tell people, come, let's work together for victory.
Yes.
So people are saying that since you got into power, you have forgotten them.
No, it is not the case. And this is a sensitive matter, but thank God you raised it. Many who know me will admit that I don't shy away from even difficult topics. I would find the best way to resolve and address some of these matters. It is an undeniable fact that many are the people who have been unemployed for the past 8 years. Many are the people who were hounded, who were intimidated, frustrated, and maltreated, even at their workplaces in the past 8 years. There was some kind of tyranny in the past 8 years. We are aware of all of that. And we are aware of the unemployment. The fact that we were told that e-levies introduction was going to solve the unemployment situation. But till date, they could not adduce a single person who was employed by reason of the introduction of the e-levy. That alone speaks volumes and tells you that they were just mantras they used. Now, we admit that there are a lot of challenges. And I have told many people who have encountered me, who are comrades especially, that it is true. And some say, Charlie, you guys, I need job, we need job. Look, the truth is that a CEO, a deputy CEO, anybody who is an appointee also knows that the purpose of your being there is two things: to discharge your duties carefully and diligently, which is to see the institution you are working for advance. And in that advancement, it is dovetailed in the second option to make sure you provide opportunities for others. And by opportunities, I don't mean to only create jobs. That is what many, unfortunately, have not realized. There are a lot of people, Senator, who reach out, even you, because they say they know Radio Gold and all that. I'm sure by now you also have some CVs on your desk. That, Senator, Charlie, help me talk to Elikam, help me talk to that person. It comes on a daily basis. But the point is that there are some people, or many, it is not even jobs they need. It is opportunities they need to be created so that they can also be able to do what they are capable of doing. Because there are some people who have expertise in other fields. But because there are no jobs and they have that enabling environment is not there, they now feel that then they must also go into government. They must also just get a job before. But imagine that, Senator, you get a government job that pays you 1,000 cedis, and you will be given an opportunity at which maybe you can do something that provides you 2,000 cedis or 5,000. Which would you prefer? You will say no to the job and want to be your own person and get to do what you want to do. So we at all the agencies are doing our very best to provide the enabling platform so that all and sundry can be able to assess that opportunity in order for them to grow together, as I always say.
I see. There's Voluntary Work Camps Association of Ghana, VOLU, who says, please tell him to remember VOLU Ghana. We are ready to partner the ministry for their programs. VOLU Service to Mankind, their Voluntary Work Camps Association of Ghana. There's also, I don't know when you know, maybe Seram Kotoko. There's David Teddy Amatefio, who says, Senator, please say a good morning to Mr. Kotoko for me. Tell him that he should remember me in paradise. That you are now in paradise.
Which one is?
When they were suffering together. So remember him in paradise.
Yeah,
now that you are in paradise. Are you in paradise?
I
you
don't,
feel
I
like
don't
you are
think
in paradise?
so. Senator, many do not have a clue what we go through, but you sometimes will. And I'm sorry, I may have to even say this for them to know. Yesterday, I was supposed to be on your program. I failed. I couldn't make it. And even though I know you did a nice thing by making them due to a technical challenge, it's because I got home around 2 a.m. And so at 2 a.m., it means I slept around 3:30. And I have to still wake up 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. and be out there. And so the burden of work is not easy. But, I mean, it is not time to be complaining. Uneasy lays a head that wears a crown. So we understand the enormity of the workload. And so we have agreed to discharge it. And that is just what we do. Lately, people look at me and they say, now you don't look 35 anymore. Suddenly, you are growing gray, and then your face looks a bit either wrinkled or this or that. You look tired. You're not resting. It is true. There's a lot of things that we need to do. And to borrow the words of my brother, the chief executive of YE, Malik Basintale, we cannot afford to fail the masses. And by reason of that, we must be up and doing. So we are not in paradise. It's not comforting at all. It is very challenging, and you must be thinking on your feet every now and then to find solutions to the mirage of problems that surrounds us. And it may not even necessarily be only Forestry Commission. I may have an idea that I think I need to share with my brother Eduji, or share with my brother Apechi at BOST, or with Combat at Tor, or with somebody else, Pedro, or anybody else. Because we are all challenged. And don't forget that President Mahama has done a very good favor to we the young folks that, hey, I want to let you know I believe in your capabilities as young men and women. Do not fail me, because if you do, then it confirms that you, the young folks, only talk and do little. So we must also be up and doing to make sure we deliver. So the challenge is huge. It is not impossible, but even though it is challenging, we shall surmount it. So a little bit of patience and tolerance. And so I have said always that there are three things that are very key in politics: patience, tolerance, and endurance. And that endurance comes with discipline. If you're not disciplined, you cannot endure. If you're not disciplined, you cannot tolerate. If you are not disciplined, you cannot be patient. So discipline plays the umbrella role, and the others fall under. So you must be tolerant, patient, and ready to endure. Then you can actually go miles. And that is what I think that every appointee is doing presently.
He's acting deputy CEO of the Forestry Commission, Elikam Kotoko, join us in studio this morning. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much. I want to also just wish my daughter, Etona Malia Kotoko, the best in the BEC exams they are writing, and also to wish all Ghanaian students who are writing BEC today. It reminds me of when I also wrote mine, I think in 1996 or 97 or so. Suddenly, it feels like we're also growing. Yes, so I want to wish her, Etona Malia Kotoko, and his classmates, the best in their exams.
We wish them all the best, and we pray for retentive memory for most of them, because that's what you need when you walk into the exam room. To everybody who is starting the BEC exams today, we wish you all